I was looking up the Beach Boys the other day, and while browsing their discography, I noticed something. They have 56 compilation albums. Not all of them are greatest hits. Some are box sets, sessions, and themed collections. 18 would fall into the category of greatest hits. The main reasons for there being so many is the band's catalog being owned by two different companies, the fluctuation of the band's popularity, and the almost sure bet that a Beach Boys greatest hits is going to do good business. Here's a brief rundown of them and any interesting notes associated with them. The first would be released in 1966, only 2 months after the album Pet Sounds came out. Only the UK version would include songs from Pet Sounds. Volume 2 arrived in 1967. It didn't fare well in the US, but did pretty good in the UK. Volume 3 was released the following year, as the band's popularity began to slump. It saw a repeat inclusion with the song 409. Endless Summer was released in 1974. This version reached number 1 in the United States. This was thanks in part to renewed interest in the band after their music was featured in the film American Graffiti. The eye-catching artwork was done by Keith McConnell, who would also do the covers for Spirit of America and Sunshine Dream. Good Vibrations was left off the original release, but added in the 1987 CD release. Spirit of America released in 1975 and was essentially a sequel to Endless Summer. It contained other hits and deep cuts left off the previous record. Capitol put out both of these albums, which the band was no longer under contract with. This resulted in the band releasing their own compilation, Good Vibrations, in 1975 as well. This was put out by the band's current label, Brother Reprise Records. In 1976, the UK got the exclusive 20 Golden Greats. It was one of the best-selling albums in the market that year. 1981 saw the release of 10 Years of Harmony, which saw the release of even more rare tracks, but only rose to 156 on the United States charts. Capitol put out the third volume of their series with Sunshine Daydream in 1982. Once again, proving artwork makes the album, this release hit number 12 in the United States. Next is the one my family had, and it's the one I grew up with, Made in the USA from 1986. It had 2 newly recorded songs, Rock and Roll to the Rescue, which was an original song, and a cover of California Dreamin', which was most recently featured in Stranger Things Season 4. Both of these songs received music videos. In 1995 and 1999, Capitol essentially did a remake of their original greatest hits releases. The second volume was sort of a tie-in with the biographical TV movie of the band. Volume 3 came in 2000 and had the subtitle Best of the Brother Years and features tracks from 1970 through 1986. A year later, EMI released the first of the compilations to be an entire career retrospective. Sounds of Summer was released in 2003, and I think this is the one most people in my generation had. A 3-disc special edition of this would be put out for the band's 60th anniversary. This would be the Platinum Collection in 2005. 2 years later, a collection of rarities would be released as The Warmth of the Sun. The most recent compilation is the 2-disc 50 Big Ones and the single-disc version, which features 20 songs. This is the one I currently have saved. So the question comes up, which of these releases is the best? It really depends on who you ask. Die-hard fans no doubt have their picks, but for me, it's Made in the USA. That's the one I grew up with, and the ones I have the most memories attached to. I think that's the story you'll get from most people, that your favorite is whichever one you grew up with. Which one of these is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. The content on this channel is made possible from viewers like you. Help the channel grow by supporting me on Ko-fi, which you can find a link to below. You can also help by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys next time.